What's up everyone, AJ on Day Trader Boom or Bust here with today's recap. I hope you had a great trading day. I'm actually calling it early today because I only took a couple of trades, and because of that I think I'm going to share with you some of the trades I was considering taking. So let's get into it. Here's today's watch list. On the primary, I had Futu and BYND, both had news catalyst. I also had Plug as a continuation play after a big move, actually the last few days, and it was gapping up again today. And then on the secondary, I had Tiger that was also trading on news, Nvidia based off of its daily chart, and I also had Delta Airlines, DAL, and Mara, both as continuation plays. So here's the overview today. I only took 2 trades today, as you can see. Both were winners, but the second one on Delta here was done midday, and I'm finding more and more that midday I don't feel I have an edge, and it's something I definitely feel I need to work on in my Tradebook strategy in case I don't have any early trades and I want to be able to maximize or take advantage of opportunities throughout the day. So after I took that trade, it was a small win, came back, stopped me out. I figured, you know what? I'm not going to put any more money at risk today. I'm green, and I thought I'd call it a day early. So in addition to these trades, though, I'm going to talk to you about some of the trades that I was considering for the day. So let's get to that. First trade today was on Plug. I just wanted to point out this is the daily chart, and you can see just how aggressively Plug has moved up. It's had some positive news, and after this big move up today, it was actually gapping up even higher in the pre-market. So I just really felt that it could have a pretty significant pullback today. So I was looking for a short on Plug. So here on the 1 minute chart, this is the opening range that I took. It was selling off in the pre-market through this doji candle here, and this is the opening price. It went down to start off with, and I felt that if it broke below this previous day close, that it could be an opportunity to go short. So I did enter short at that level. It quickly went in my direction and easily hit my 2-hour profit target. So my second trade today was on Delta DAL, and at the open it formed this pennant here, and I was watching for it for the break, and you can see it broke down, and I was watching to this point, but I'm going to tell you I was a little concerned about taking this short, because if we look at the 15 minute here, if we back up a little bit, this here is a range that it traded in yesterday, and this is the bottom of the range right here, and you can see I hope you can kind of see there that this is the bottom of the range. It literally bounced right off of there. So, and it was because of this bottom here that I was concerned about. Even though it had broke down at that pennant, I was concerned about whether or not it was going to continue lower below this point, and which is why I didn't go short on that. So but I did continue. I did watch it around that level, which was this the 1 minute chart, which was around here, and we're going to talk about this in a second. But although I wasn't convinced it was going to continue going lower, I wasn't convinced. Also, I just didn't have the conviction of what direction it was going to go. So I didn't take a trade there. I actually left the house, ran a couple of errands, and I came back to my station and I saw that it had pushed up here. And what happened was, when it pushed up, I felt it was going to meet some resistance here at VWAP with the 200 SMA, and it had set this level earlier intraday. So I wanted to, it obviously hit some resistance here. I wanted to see if it was going to come back and maybe bounce off of the pre-market. I think this is pre-market low, yeah, and or maybe even pull up back to previous day close before moving up, because I did feel at this point, after it bounced off here, I did feel that it was a potential long. In any case, so it never cracked this 4110 level, and you can see it threw this big green candle on some relatively high volume. So what I did was I waited for that. I set a stop loss of a pretty wide one for what the ATR was on the 1 minute at the previous at the pre-market low, and then I went long as it was about to break the top of this big green candle here. So after that, I just waited. You can see it really consolidated in this area. Didn't, it just felt like it kept hitting its head, and meeting resistance here. You can see it pull back, but because I gave it a wide stop loss, it threw this doji here on, again, decent volume. So I got a little bit more confident with that. Once it pushed up back above VWAP over here, I moved my stop loss here to the break of the bottom of this candle, which was about 0.5 R now of a loss. And then it pushed up. And, these were levels set earlier in the day. I took a partial here and a partial here. Just below, there was a huge number of asks that stepped in here at 41.30. I'm probably someone who was long from somewhere around here that was taking profit, and you can see huge volume spike. So I really wasn't sure what it was going to do at this point. There was so much room at the top. There was a large number of asks around 41.53. So I thought it could run. But I moved my stop loss to break even, and unfortunately it waterfalled and came back and stopped me out. That's when I decided, you know what, at this point, I don't want to put any more money at risk for the day. I felt good about the day. It was a solid bounce back from yesterday's red day. So I didn't want, I called it a day at that point. As I promised, I thought I'd share a couple of trades I was watching. I didn't take them. I talked about this before. I'm really building some confidence as I anticipate these potential setups. So I hope in the future, as I gain more confidence, these are trades that I will take because they definitely would have worked. So I was watching here on DAL, as I mentioned earlier, when I was talking about trade number 2. Here on the 1 minute chart, it was DAL was creating a bit of a pennant over here. Okay, so what I was considering, we'll go back. I wanted to go back to the 15 minute. So I talked about this and how this was a level from yesterday that it really, found a bottom at. And when it was selling off, I really felt it was going to get some resistance around this level, which was around, 41.05 level. You can see VPOC right over here. So if we go back to the 1 minute chart, I was watching that, and I was going to do an ambush entry and enter at $41 if it bounced off of that. And even a more conservative entry on this would have been to wait for it to push back above previous day close. So had I entered there with a stop loss, even if I had given a 10-cent stop loss at the time, which was more than generous, because it would have been around here, this would have easily hit a 2-hour profit target, probably around here. So that would have been a winning trade. And although I didn't really have any clean levels to the top side, again, I was watching this when it came back down. And if it didn't, I was going to watch it around this previous day close level, because I already kind of saw the beginnings of some consolidation and a bit of a pennant forming. And I was actually considering an entry at previous day close. It actually bounced off of 41.05 here. So even a more conservative entry, had I gotten in at pre-market low here with a stop loss below this 41 level, which was right here, 2R would have been right here, and that would have once again been another winning trade on this ticker. So definitely 2 trades that I could have taken, but I feel good that I'm spotting these, and hopefully in the future I'll have the confidence to take them. One last potential trade I was going to take was one on Mara here. I was a little unsure at the beginning what it was going to do, because it had pushed up and then waterfall down, but it felt like it had picked a direction, and at that point. So again, this is something I'm working on. If I feel I've missed a move like this, I'm not going to chase it, but I will wait for it to kind of pull back. And you can see it sold off to here. And then I was actually watching this for maybe a touch of this pre-market high level, and then that just doubled up as as a touch on this 20 EMA on the 1 minute chart here. So with an ambush entry, if I had taken, I could put a stop loss here at VWAP or even above the opening price right here, with an entry at right where it kind of crossed the 20 EMA there. You know, this would have easily been a 2R win right over here had I just, you know, taken this play and trusted my read. So again, this is just another Tradebook play that I hope to implement more consistently in the future, because they are definitely potential winners. So that caps off today's recap. We'll just quickly take a look. This is the P&L. You can see I finished the day off. We're gonna, let's say 2.3, I think 2.3R. So solid bounce back from yesterday. I feel pretty good about that. And now all we got to do is finish the week off strong tomorrow, which is Friday. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that. And until the next recap, this is AJ on Day Trader Boomer Bust signing out. Cheers.